Hey guys, this is Alfred back with another video, and in today's video I just want to give you guys my opinion on what 4-star character you should pick for the current event that's going on. So by now you should be able to unlock the 4-star, and if you're still thinking of which character to unlock, I will give you guys my opinion on which are the best characters to unlock based on the meta perspective. Now before we start this video, I would just like to say that you should always pick the characters that you like, no matter if it's meta or not, because even though the character is meta, if you don't like their playstyle or it just doesn't suit you, then there's just no point picking it because you don't enjoy it. Remember, Genshin Impact is a game, so you should have more fun rather than be so stressed out about the meta. It's always better to get a copy of a character rather than getting constellations. This is because you want to have more options in Spiral Base instead of just purely increasing the damage of one character, and sometimes even getting the constellation doesn't really matter too much. However, there's some constellations are really good, I'll go through them later on, but just remember that it's always better to get one copy than to get one constellation. And with that said, let's begin with this video. So the first character I want to talk about is Xingqiu. Xingqiu, without a doubt, is one of the best characters in the list, and I would even say it's the best character to get, and is the best 4-star in the game. Now why Xingqiu is so good is he can be played in pretty much any team because of his Hydro application. He does a lot for auto attack characters, and right now with Hyper Bloom being one of the strongest reactions to have, Xingqiu is really good in Hyper Bloom teams as well. On top of that, Xingqiu's Constellation 2 and Constellation 6 are really strong constellation to have. If your Xingqiu's at Constellation 1 or 5, it's a really good power spike for him. The second character I want to talk about is Beidou. I feel like Beidou is insanely strong because of her ult. I might be a little biased because I love Electro, but trust me, Beidou is super strong, especially Constellation 2 where you make her an AoE character, and at Constellation 6 where you reduce the Electro resistance of characters. If you don't have Beidou at Constellation 2 or 6, or you're trying to increase your constellation, Beidou is such a fantastic character to play. Next character I want to talk about is Xiangling. Xiangling is insanely strong as a 4-star pyro sub DPS. You all know the team, the national team, the Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Bennett team, where you basically just vaporize opponents to death with whatever 4 flexible character you want. But needless to say, Xiangling is insanely strong. At Constellation 4, your Pyronado's duration is increased by 40%, which is really good. Now those 3 are my personal top picks, so if you don't have those 3 at Constellation 6 or at higher constellations, I recommend going for them. However, there are some other characters I want to talk about which are really decent. The first other character I want to talk about is Ningguang. Ningguang is pretty decent if you want a Geo carry in your team. However, most of the time I will be playing her in a quick swap team, but needless to say, you can still play her in a main DPS kind of style. At Constellation 6, which is the strongest constellation for her, when you use your burst, you gain 7 star jades, which means you're able to do another charge attack, giving your Ningguang maximum amount of damage you can do. Next character I want to talk about is Yunjin. Now Yunjin is a Geo support because what she basically does is she increases your allies' attack speed and attack damage. So as you know, she literally buffs characters that love to normal attack. Now the only downside of Yunjin I feel is that you will need a Geo battery for her. With my experience playing Yunjin, sometimes I'm not even able to get her burst up every rotation. So I recommend having a Geo battery, something like Albedo or something like Zhongli even is pretty good when you're running Yunjin. Now if you have a lot of normal attack carries, Yunjin is pretty much a priority, but if you don't have that much, I would still prioritize the 3 characters that I just talked about. Now the last character I want to talk about is Yao Yao. Now I know Yao Yao just came out and I haven't really had much to test her with at the moment. However, I feel like Yao Yao can have a lot of potential because she's the only Dendro healer in the game right now, and sometimes in Spiral Base you're going to be using your healers for the first half and you may not have a healer for the second half. So this is where Yao Yao comes in play, especially when you need Dendro in that team. Once again, she's relatively new and we don't really know how strong she is, but as a Dendro healer and as a new character, if you don't have Yao Yao and you have the other characters, feel free to pick Yao Yao. I think it's a super safe pick. Now before we end this video, I just want to talk about the remaining 3 characters which I haven't particularly mentioned about, which is Chongyun, Xingyan, and Yanfei. They aren't particularly too good in the meta right now, but I've seen them do a lot of damage, but you need a lot of investment, which is why I don't particularly recommend them. Once again, if you like their playstyle and you just like their character in general, why not just go for them instead? Thank you guys so much for watching this really quick video. If you like videos like this, please do leave a like. It shows me I should do more. Comment down below which character you'll be picking and why, and subscribe for more videos like this. We'll be doing more in the future. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.